Baruch Baruch. Good morning. Yesterday morning we learned the halacha if a child can get an aliyah for the Torah or not. And we came out that it all depends on the minhag. Some minhagim in the Syrian community is to allow ktanim, those under bar mitzvah, to actually get an aliyah. The Moroccan minhag, however, Ashkenaz minhag, is not to allow ktanim, anyone under bar mitzvah, to get an aliyah, except if it is their bar mitzvah itself. Now this applies also if the only kohen in the room is a kohen which is 11 or 12 years old. Meaning, even though the kohen is supposed to get the first aliyah, but since he's not a bar mitzvah, in a place where we don't give the aliyah to the katan, to the minor, then he will not get the first aliyah, even if it means that since there's no kohen, that means the Levi won't go up, and it will be Israel after Israel, and then the third one Israel as well. Now comes the big question, which we get asked all the time, is if a woman can get an aliyah or not. Now, why does this question come up? We have to be honest. Because the Mishnah tells us that women are allowed to get an aliyah. It says, the Mishnah says, Hakol olim leminyan shiv'ah. All are included to be part of the 7 olim that get up to the Torah. And that includes men, women, and children. However, the Gemara explains on that because of the kvod tzibur, because of the honor and the respect of the tzibur, that we should not give women an aliyah. But what does that mean? Well, we have to understand as follows. First of all, the way a man's mind works, when a woman is in the spotlight, it's not the purest intentions. When a woman's in the spotlight, when it comes to tefillah, when it comes to prayers, singing even, and any of that sort, it's something which serves as a distraction to the minyan. And therefore, Chachamim said it's not something which is respectful as part of the tefillah for a woman to get the aliyah. To the point where even if the woman's only going to say the brachot and the Baal Koreh is going to read, because the woman can't read, because then she's going to be singing, and Kol Isha is erva, listening to a woman's voice is something which is not proper. It's only reserved for her husband. And therefore, a woman is not allowed to get an aliyah nowadays. And that is the minhag by Sfaradim, by Ashkenazim. And Chacham Ovadia Yosef writes that it is more important to make sure that this doesn't happen in order for us to distinct ourselves and to differentiate ourselves from reform and conservative, in order to make it known to us, and especially to our children and grandchildren, that that is not the way that Hamim instituted for us to read the Torah and have the olim to go up. So as a conclusion, women in Orthodox synagogues definitely do not receive an aliyah, as our tradition, as the Gemara, as the Halacha writes, Shulchan Aruch writes so as well. And that's how we make sure to upkeep it. Again, we have to understand women have their part and their portion in Torah and then mitzvot. They're more of the tzanua, the dignified, quiet type. And men are more out in the open. Which way is better? Everyone chooses their own way. Doesn't mean that because men are more out in the open, more in the spotlight, that they're greater. And it doesn't mean that women necessarily are closed and behind that they're greater. Each one has their position and their role in Judaism and in the family, and that's what, and in their own value, and that's what makes Bnei Israel so special. Just like Kohanim have their role, Levim have their role, Israel have their role. There's a king that has their role. There's everybody else has their own specific role. So too, men have a specific role when it comes to mitzvot, and women have their specific role when it comes to mitzvot. Tonight, Mincha Harvit is going to be